but not in the way that you want me to. I'm sorry, know that this is hard for me. Sorry, I let everything fall on me. But sorry, I only wanna chase my dreams. Sorry, we never wanted the same thing. I'm sorry, I wish I could control my heart and control my love, hold you in my arms. I know that I should have said it from the start, that I'm so in love with you, but not in the way that you want me to. Girl, you know that I feel for you, but not in the way that you want me to. It's a ring in a dream, you called on me to be a king. I'm so dumb, but please make this easy for me. Accept that fate has its own reasons. I gave you pain and I don't mean it. If it was up to me, I'd change like the 4 seasons. I just don't think we were meant to go along. I know that's what you're fighting for. You gave me love and I ignored it. Wish I could run, I'm hiding for it. Cause I'm ashamed that I would go and write another love song, knowing that you're dying for it. So I guess I just had to tell you that I am so in love with you, but not in the way that you want me to. Girl, you know that I feel for you.
Hey everybody, how are you guys doing? I hope you're all well. Let me say hi real quick. I still don't have my glasses, so this is some bliss. Hey Bliss Chris, my girl, how you doing? Hey Jody Bro. Sorry, Jody B. She is now Jody Bro. Hey Brandy, and again, congratulations on your wedding and your marriage and all the things, and happy anniversary, because she got married on her anniversary and all those good things. You make a beautiful bride. It is beautiful. Hey, Heidi, my girl. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Sassy nerd girl, how are you? Listening while you're doing dishes. You probably finished your dishes because I was late. Puerto Rican entrance. Listen, I didn't even realize I was late till I looked at my watch. I was like, oh, crap. I wasn't even finished getting ready, but it happens. Hey, Wanda, my girl, how are ya? Inquiring CUNTs. How you doing, mama? My Audie, how you doing, beautiful girl? Jen and Barrett, my sweet positive friend, how you doing? How you doing? Jen D, how you doing? Sorry. Rabbit of Chaos, how you doing? You do not create chaos, so I don't know why you have that name. You are the opposite of chaos. Debbie Romero, how are you? It's so good to see you, mama. Eldon, my sweet Eldon, so nice to see you. Sophie, my beautiful Sophie. How you doing? How you doing? Sorry. Stormy says hello to Sophie too. Sorry. She had to say hello too. So guys, I don't have my glasses. Yeah, still no glasses. No glasses. So I decided to put some lashes on, not lash extensions, like lashes. That was stupid. That was stupid. It's bothering me. And then one side of my hair is like, I'm going to be curly. This side is like, I want to be straight. My hair is bipolar. What is happening? This one's all curly. This bitch is like, nope, nope. So I guess what is happening? So we're just going to tuck this bitch away. Okay. We're going to tuck her away because she don't know how to behave herself. She's trying to have a party when I'm trying to chill. Hey, my Chris Hansen, how you doing? My secret lover nobody knows about. I need a lash tool. I have too many lash tools. I need to step away from the lash tools. Thank you, Debbie Romero. I aprecias you. Yes, so I was supposed to be live. What happened was, that's it. I rescheduled, then rescheduled. I think I rescheduled twice. And then I was like, I can't reschedule. And then I was still late. So, that's just what you get over here. That's just what you get over here. Okay. Late, all the things, that's how we do. So okay. Blitz Chris with your milestone. Let's see. What did you say? Shut the fuck up. Yo, you and Dave. Her and JJ are making it a thing. Come straight out the gate. Shut the fuck up. You are gorgeous, and anyone who says otherwise is a blind idiot. Thank you. You are kind, but again, you are biased. You need a tamer. I need something. I need a lot of things, but yeah, but thank you, my bliss, Kristen. You've been a member for 41 months. Holy schmackadax. Oh, that just reminded me. She reminded me. Let me gift the 5 memberships. Before I go on to my subject, let me give 5 memberships because, yeah, Bliss, at least she subtly reminded me this time. She didn't call my ass directly out. Usually, you're like, bitch, you were supposed to. Vera is the one really that be like, hey, hey, you're supposed to give some damn. Usually, you're like, bitch. Sorry. I don't think you guys could hear that, but I had to play myself back in. My chain smoking voice is not very appealing. Don't like to hear it. All right, hold on. I am getting to gift the memberships. Hi, Hildy. So good to see you. How are you, my beautiful friend? It is so good to see you. Okay, so let me gift 5 memberships. 5 memberships. What is this? I don't know. Oh, no, I don't want to start that. What did I do? I don't want to start a poll. No. Okay, I wanted to do this. It takes me to some crazy stuff. All right, here we go. We're going to gift 5. Hey, Susie Q, how you doing? Who are the winners? Who are the winners? Hildy got one. Yes. Heidi Black got one. Hey, Mama Goose, my girl. Kimberly Steins got one. Ladybug got one. And Flickering Candle got one. Yay! Congratulations. And yes, our Shauna, let me go back to my StreamYard. Our Shauna started doing content on her channel. So this is the link. I will link it also in the description of this live. So you can please give her a subscribe. We would greatly appreciate you so much. And thank you, Mama Goose. You guys are very, very sweet. I would say you guys are biased, but thank you. Okay. So as you can see, maybe you can't see, I was on TikTok. TikTok, the dumpster fire that TikTok is. And I came across a whole community, many communities, right? There's like this community where there's weird communities. I know there's weird communities on YouTube. TikTok just has like a whole other level of weird communities. So anyway, I found an estranged mom community. So I was like, what is going on? And then YouTube was covering like these certain these 2 women that are both estranged from their adult children, and I guess they do a podcast type thing, and talk about it and all the things. So I watched a lot of it. I went down a rabbit hole, and I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to show from both sides and give my opinion and see what your opinions are. I have a lot of opinions. As a mom who made mistakes, right? Was an addict and all the things. So if my sons ever had chosen to never speak to me again, excuse me, because of the trauma I caused them, that whole lifestyle, having been away from me while I was an addict, all the things, that would be my responsibility and that would be on me. Even though I changed my life, they don't owe me anything. That's just how I feel. Okay. My sons don't owe me anything. I was their parent, right? They didn't make a choice to be brought into this world. And even though I'm so grateful that my sons are here, they don't owe me a thing. I owed them. I owed them a childhood that they can't get back, the time that was lost, all of the things, right? I don't have to go into details about that. So even if I changed my life 25 years ago and my sons chose to weren't not chose weren't able to get over what they went through, right? Because I can't tell them that their trauma wasn't that bad. I'm not going to compare their trauma to my trauma, right? And I see a lot of people doing that. Oh, well, when I was a kid, like when my just for an example, when my mother was a child, corporal punishment was abuse too. Okay. I suffered abuse, but her abuse was even worse. Like they were made to sit on grains of rice, kneel on grains of rice, and hold books in their hands. That was a real thing. That was a real punishment. Again, my grandfather was a Marine, and I don't know if they learned that in the Marines or whatever, but the types of punishments were like torture. And they were forced, my uncles and my mom were forced to sit on grains of rice for hours. And more books were stacked on top. If they dropped the books, more books were added. So I never experienced anything like that. Um, so I wouldn't compare, right? If when I was talking to my mom or whatever, my mom wasn't able to understand the trauma she put us through. And and I let her I I didn't want to make her uncomfortable. So I dealt with my trauma, became an addict because I didn't deal with my trauma. Then when I dealt with my trauma through therapy and support groups, I never confronted my mother because I knew she she couldn't face it. She couldn't face it. So that was something that I had to realize on my own. She can't face what she's done, not even apologize like genuinely for what she's done. Like a lot of it she said she didn't remember. That doesn't take it away. And I'm not trying to dog on my mother, but I'm trying to give you a little bit of context of where I'm coming from. Um, so I would never like if my sons ever came to me and said, "Mom, this, that, and that," I would never say, "Oh my God, that's nothing. Let me tell you what I went through." That would be minimizing and invalidating their experiences that I caused. That I caused. I'm the direct cause of any of that trauma. So I would never do that to my sons, never invalidate if they ever came to me. I could be 100 years old, right? I'm 50 now. But let's say tomorrow they come to me, they like, I want to sit down and I want to go itemized list of everything I ever went through. I would have to sit there and swallow that. I would have to sit there and swallow that because I did that. And I see a lot of parents, I see some parents that we're going to see these stories, they're not willing to do that. They're just saying, well, um, I'm flawed. All parents are flawed. Yeah, but that doesn't take away from the trauma. And then there's nuance to it because there's this whole new generation. And I guess that's kind of comparing my generation to this new generation of like you have to affirm all my feelings even if it's delusions. You have to tell me I'm right. You have to, carry around a pillow and cushion my ass everywhere I go. That is something totally different. I'm not talking about entitled, right? Entitled people that expect that their parents have to literally carry them around on their shoulders their entire lives. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about trauma. So I want to make that clear as well. I'm not talking about parents. None of us are perfect. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about real. Yeah. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Sorry. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Lisa Ann. Sorry. I got beat with Hot Wheels track. Dang. Had a light bulb stuck to my cheek. Great times. Damn, Chris. I'm so sorry. Listen, that's abuse. That's abuse. That's not discipline. And that's my opinion. That's not discipline. Discipline is not to make yourself feel better as a parent, not to take out your frustrations on your kids. That's not discipline because all you're teaching your kids is violence and how to communicate with violence. Again, that's just my opinion. I'm not telling anybody else how to parent, but coming from parent that extreme physical punishments, to put it mildly, were a regular occurrence, I would never have done that to my sons. I wouldn't, and I didn't. So I don't tell other people how to parent, but listen, that's not freaking discipline. I was estranged from both of my parents, my father for 13 years and my mom for 3 years. And I'm sorry that you even experienced that. I had 4 kids in 5 years. My oldest daughter has her PhD, gaslight me to the point I questioned my own sanity. My other kids assured me I was nuts. What, that she was nuts or you were nuts? And everybody's, when you have more than one child, everyone's experience is going to be different. Everyone's memories are going to be different. Wasn't. You weren't nuts. Okay. Um, my brother didn't remember what we went through. My brother that was a year younger didn't remember any of our trauma for a long time. So I questioned if I was crazy. God bless you. Sorry, it's my son. I questioned, did I imagine all of this stuff? And it wasn't until he was in his late 30s that he realized he had, I don't know how he mentally blocked it out, but he did. But he did. And he started going to therapy and he realized that it wasn't dreams what he remembered, that it was very real. And he came to me and he apologized. God bless you. And he came to me and he apologized, and he had nothing to apologize for. He did what he had to do for his mental well being. And if suppressing all that stuff is what he had to do, I don't blame him for that. But it was like a sigh of relief for him to finally, as an adult, go to my parents, my stepmom and my dad, and tell them everything Cindy was saying happened. And it was like such a relief, because for years your parents question these stories. They can't be real. Like, that's crazy. And to have my brother finally validate that everything I had said we went through, even though it happened when I already had healed from it, right? I already gone through all the therapy. I used drugs when I was 20 and 21 to 24 because I of my trauma. And I had healed from it, dealt with it, forgiven, but it still was like that last piece that I needed for my parents to know that all that stuff happened. So invalidating a kid's feelings, a child, adult children, I don't know. And again, I'm not talking about entitled children that think they have to have everything handed to them. I speak with my children often about this. As a teen parent, I did the best I could, but I wasn't perfect. But now, as them being adults, they have to deal with any trauma they're carrying. I can't fix it. You can't fix it, but you've acknowledged it. And I think that that's so important in their healing journey, is that you've acknowledged it and apologized to them. That means a lot. And hopefully they'll be able to heal from it and decide where they go in life. I chose to forgive my mother. I never forgot, but I chose to forgive her. And she was in my life, and before she passed away, my mom was really, really sick. And she had so many ailments. She had diabetes, had multiple toes amputated, had to have triple bypass surgery because of all the years of drugs. It destroyed her body. Um, and then she got an infection in her legs from when they removed the veins to put it to her heart. She had COPD, and she smoked cigarettes to the day she passed away. Walked with an oxygen tank, was diagnosed with cancer a few months before she passed away. And she became 80 pounds before she passed away. And we were very close, spent a lot of holidays together, everything. When she had triple bypass surgery, she came to my home and was recovering in my home. But my husband was using, and my mom was secretly using again, because she said it helped with her pain. And I would go to work and I would get calls from my mom that her phone is missing. And I'm like, what the hell? And I would get home and I'm yelling at my ex-husband, who's my ex now. But my husband then, I'm yelling at him and he's looking at me. He's like, she told me to sell it. She told me to sell the phone. And so he's telling me the truth. Like, she told me to sell the phone because we were both getting high. And I'm like, and it was hard because I'm trying to respect my mother, not call her out. You know what I mean? And after a week of just like both of them, both of them using, and I got into an argument with my mom, and I sent her home, in an Uber, and we didn't talk a lot because I was just so disappointed. Like, you're so sick. You're 64 years old, and you're a grandma, and you're using drugs again. And I couldn't understand being an addict, having been an addict, right? And being in recovery. I just celebrated 25 years. I couldn't understand. I couldn't. Like, it destroyed you. It destroyed you physically. It destroyed our family. It destroyed, and you're using again. And I didn't disrespect her, never curse at her, but we had an argument, and I sent her home. And it was hard. We didn't talk very often. I checked in on her, all the things, but we had been so close. And when my mom passed away, we weren't good. We weren't good. Um, I wouldn't say to the point of being estranged. I didn't cut off. Like, it wasn't no contact. Um, but it was limited contact because again, I was dealing with my husband at home. That I was dealing with that every day, and it's not a sob story. It's just trying to tell you guys. So I was dealing with that every day, and then my mom was like, "Could you send me $10 for cigarettes?" And I'm not saying it because I'm not holding that over her head. I'm just again stating a sequence of events. So she would call me, "Can you send me, $10 for cigarettes?" I would send it to her, even knowing that I shouldn't be sending it to her, but I smoked cigarettes. So I knew as a cigarette smoker, I felt bad still sending her the money for the cigarettes, but I knew as a cigarette smoker. And that's why I'm so glad I quit smoking cigarettes, because I don't want to be in 10 years or in 14 years with an oxygen tank. You know what I mean? So anyway, I went all the way around the world. Sorry guys. Hey Mud Digger, how are you? So good to see you. Let me turn off my camera because I can't see and I gotta get closer. So what did Eldon say? I'm sorry. I spent kindergarten with my left arm tied to the desk because the nuns believed being left handed was the devil. That's a real thing, Eldon. That's a real thing that in some Catholic schools, the nuns, they would tie your hands. They didn't want you to use your left hand. That's insanity. That is a real thing. And I'm so sorry that you experienced that. I am so, so sorry. That's insane. So that's horrible. That's horrible. She was an alcoholic. I get it. I get it. And usually there's some sort of addiction. Hey Shyla, how are you, my beautiful girl? My mother punched me, threw things at me. Same, same. I've had my all kinds of things. Yeah, I've had all kinds. I have all kinds of scars. It was excessive. It was. Hey, Stephen Rivera, how are you? Sorry, I'm just trying to get down. My son is is only soon 9. He turns 9 in May. Oh, that's beautiful. May. He's a May baby. He's a spring baby. I have all summer babies except for one. My last son had to be like the opposite. He came in October. All my other sons were summer babies. Like clockwork every 3 years. I swear to God. When I had my last son and the 3-year mark came, I was like, hallelujah, no more babies. Hey, JJ, how are you, my manita? It's almost another trauma to not be believed. Yes, yes, yes. For it to have been questioned all those years, like that's too. It was too crazy to be believed. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. We have amazing relationships now, but as a parent, it hurts to know that I know love lives strong. Trust me, I know. That's why when I talk on my channel, I've always said I have severe mom guilt. I'll have that for the rest of my life, for the pain that I caused my sons that I can't take away. I forgave my father for childhood SA and my mother for her violence. Listen, I never forgave my mother's piece of crap boyfriend. I will never forgive him. And that's something I'm gonna have to talk to God about. I can't. I can't forgive him. But I forgave my mother, but I'll never forgive him. He could rot in hell. Sorry, I'll try not to say it. But he could rot in hell while you are trying to stay sober. That had to be, yes. While I was, yes. And I did it because it just wasn't my life. Thank you, Jody. It wasn't my life anymore. Like, honestly, guys, I get scared, and I got scared then. Like, if I start using drugs, I think about it now, and I don't even want to smoke ganja because I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't know how it'll make me feel, and I want to be in control of my faculties. Like, seriously, I still have a gummy that I was given free. I'm not eating that. I'm terrified. You know what I mean? And no shade, because I used to smoke a lot of ganja. I used to be a pothead. Trust and believe that. You know what I mean? I just I don't smoke cigarettes. I smoke my little vape, and my son told me yesterday I have to quit my vape. I'm like, I know, I'm trying. But anyway, let me show you these TikToks because they're not, I start talking and I never shut the hell up. I think it's maybe it's my Wi-Fi or YouTube's been acting weird too because in in Jules's chat it was acting weird too. So and then a few other chats. Sometimes for everyone's mental health you have to you can't fix something that they refuse to understand is broken. I agree. I agree. Yes, Sebastian is doing better. Thank you. I just it's hard, you know what I mean? Hey, pretty with penis. What the hell? Did you hear Caesar Chavez? What that he had childhood essay or he caused childhood essay? I hadn't heard it. So I have mom guilt and I don't even know why. I think we as mothers think we never do enough and punish ourselves for being human. And that, you know, and listen, that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to sound judgmental about parents. I'm not. That's why I'm talking about the extreme side of it. I'm not talking about, you couldn't, well, you didn't, give your kids the biggest party one year when they wanted it, right? You had a small gathering or whatever. I'm not talking about things like that. Um, those are teaching kids lessons. Kids need to be told no. They do. You don't tell a child no, they grow up thinking the world is going to say yes to them all the time. You're setting up your children for failure. Your children have to understand that no is a complete sentence. They have to understand that. I understand that. And my children needed to understand that. And when I was right in my mind, they knew there was nothing I wouldn't do for them. Nothing. When I was sick and suffering, I couldn't, right? And I still didn't want them to suffer. So I had to call my stepmom and my dad, please come get these boys because they shouldn't suffer because I can't get it together right now. Um, but once I got it together, there was nothing I wouldn't do to try to make up for what I caused them. And I can't make them forgive me or whatever, right? Each of my relationships with my sons are different. I have amazing sons. I'm very, very blessed. But again, if one of my sons ever decided they wanted to cut ties with me, I couldn't guilt them for that. I wouldn't. And I wouldn't. I would always keep hope that they would come back into my life. Um, I don't even want to put that out into the universe, right? I don't even want to put that out into the universe, but I'm just saying because as you get older too, what we don't realize is that when we get older, our okay, I'm going to say me. When I got older, me and my siblings didn't see each other as much because we all had lives, right? We all had families, all the things. Um, and I don't think that that's estrangement when people settle in their lives, especially if you get a new partner. And I see a lot of people saying that in the estrangement community. They're like, oh, my kid cut me off when they got a partner and it's their partner's fault. No, and again, listen, there's nuance. There is cases where somebody gets with somebody and they make them ostracize their entire family, right? And that's unfortunate. But I would hope that my relationships would be solid enough that that wouldn't even be an option. Like, why are you trying to tell me to cut my mom off? Like, you know what I mean? What is the malfunction with you? Why do you think that I should cut off my family just because I'm with you? There's enough space for everybody. So I don't know. Anyway, let me show you these TikToks because I'm going crazy. My parents were addicts until I was 14, 15. I thought I forgave them, but recently find myself angry with them again, something I got to figure out. And in your own time, Shyla, and you have the right to be angry, but working through that is important because for your sake and for your parents' sake, because you don't want to have that guilt that I had, that my mom passed and I wasn't there. And the ironic thing is that she had sent me a voicemail right before she passed away, like right before she fell. It's like I don't know. God gave me that, you know. God gave me that. That I had a voice note that I didn't see until after my mom was gone. Like it was the craziest thing. I didn't even know she was gone yet. I saw her. She had sent me a voicemail at 11, right before 11 p.m. And I didn't see it till like maybe 2 o'clock in the morning when I got up to use the bathroom, right? And I send her a text message, and I'm like, "Mom, hey, I know it's the middle of the night. I know you're sleeping. Love you. I'll call you in the morning or something to that effect." And then I get a text message from my little sister telling me that my mom passed away. Not a phone call, a text message. A text message. Mommy's gone or something like that. So I'm up all night now trying to call everybody. Nobody's answering because everybody's sleeping, right? I'm like, this is a joke. I keep calling my mother's phone. It keeps going to voicemail. I keep calling. Because until I know for sure, and I'm like texting my little sister. And I'm like, is this a joke? Like, is this a prank, a cruel prank? Because my sister was mad at me. I'm like, are you pranking me? Like, haha, come see mommy. Like, is this what you're doing? Your brain goes through all these. It's disbelief. It's disbelief. I'm like, there's no way. I need to know. Like, I need to know that this is real. I didn't sleep all night, and of course it was real. But uh, you don't want that. You don't want that feeling. And I'm not saying that if a boundary is crossed with you, with your parent, that you have to allow them to be in your life. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, you said you thought you had forgiven them. So that means that there is a space in your heart for that. There's just some things that you have, some residual stuff, Shiloh, that you have to work on, which is understandable. Um, I just don't want anybody to feel the way I had to feel. Mm. That was, it's still hard. It's still hard. You know what I mean? It's still very, very hard. Look at the New York Times. Oh, okay. I will. I will. When I got pregnant, I worked so hard to get myself right, never abused substances, but had other things. I even turned myself into CPS in case I failed him. And I've done the same. I've done the same, Hildy. I've called CPS on myself when it was becoming too much with my ex at home. And I felt like I needed help. I was exhausted. I didn't know where to turn, who to go to. I worked at my son's school, their elementary school, for 4 years. And so the school knew, but the school wasn't going to call on me, even though they were mandated reporters. They didn't call on me because there were two parents in the home, and they considered me the primary parent, and I wasn't using. So the school didn't call on me because they knew that I was trying everything. And I'm very thankful to them for that, right? They were very kind to me, the school, but they knew me. They saw me every day. I worked in the school. So, but I knew something had to give. So I called CPS on myself, and it didn't do much. Um, I was treated like the first they came out, and the worker was really, really disrespectful to me. Um, really disrespectful for no reason. Because you know that I called. You know that I called. I said, please don't let my husband know that I called. Don't tell him that I called. But they knew I called. I gave them my name. I said, please, whoever you send to the home, can they not make him aware that I'm the one that called? Now he knows I called, but back then I didn't want him to know I called. I had to live with this man, right? You know what I mean? And she came, and there was two women, and she came, and I used to like to collect eccentric things, like paintings and stuff. So I had like this old medieval, I don't know what it was, like an incense thing. And it was like glass with like metal all around it. It was very decorative. And it was on top of my entertainment system in the living room. It's in the living room, y'all. It's in the living room, okay? It's empty. It's a piece of glass. She's trying to say it's like some drug paraphernalia. And then in the kitchen, I have a jar of sugar in the kitchen, y'all. She goes in there and she calls me. She's like, what's this? I'm like, sugar. It's sugar. It's obviously sugar, miss. So she calls her partner, and I'm like, it's sugar. It's in the kitchen. I could understand if you found it in my bathroom under the cabinet or hidden, or you know what I mean, like in the living room, hidden. It's in the kitchen. It's like literally a jar of sugar. So then, one of my sons was young, and so they're asking him questions, and they ask him, have you ever seen your mom use needles? I swear this was like the worst timing. So 2 days before that, I had went to a doctor's appointment, and he was young, like 4 or 5, right? So he had went with me to get blood drawn. So they asked him, have you ever seen your mom use needles? And he says, yeah. And she says, oh, you did? And he says, yeah. And that was it. No follow-up questions, nothing. Just, oh, you saw him use needles, you saw her use needles, da 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 da. So it was really bad the way she treated me. Really, really disrespectful. The other lady, usually they always have each other's back. The other lady, and these are partners, the other lady even had to tell her, yo, like, be easy. Like, you're doing too much right now. This woman is not who we're here for. Like, you're doing too much with this woman. Like, it was really, really nasty for no reason, because I wasn't giving her an attitude. Again, I called, I welcomed them in my house, everything. I'm showing them everything. There's no need for that. Off rip, she came at me like I was using drugs and doing X, Y, and Z. I went and gave uh, a urine analysis. It was clean. I wasn't using like the needles 2 days ago. I was at the doctor. So it was just funny shit like that just happened, and you get caught up in the shit. But it happens. Hey, Miss Lisa, how are ya? Hey, Mikey. I've been learning in therapy that I gotta set boundaries. You have to with yourself, and you don't have to try to please everybody. You know what I mean? That's important too. Okay, let me see. Let me get to the damn videos. Hey, Christophan, forever, forever. It is. Listen, Christophan, you've been Christophan for so long. It's not even always. It's for always and forever, right? That's how long you've been his fan. Anyway, okay, sorry. I said forever. What the hell? What the hell? Last time I talked to my family, i.e., brothers and sisters and stepdad, was over 2 years ago. I call my brothers or I text them for their birthdays and all the things, but we all have lives. We all have lives. We all have things going on, and it happens like that. And it's not because I don't love my family or my brothers. It's just we all have things, and I'm sick a lot. I don't feel like going anywhere. When I don't have to. So it happens. You know what I mean? It's life. It's life. I had to be the one to tell the doctors to pull the plug on my mom. Now my family hates me. I'm so sorry. And I don't think your family should hate you. That's a decision I know that you dreaded to have to make, right? And and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your loss. And again, I don't think your family should hate you, and hopefully they'll understand that it was her wish. Yes, I had to do what she wished. You did. You had to honor her wish, and I'm so sorry that you had to go through that, Chris. And I'm hopefully your family will come around, because you don't deserve that. You don't deserve that at all. Hey, allegedly, my girl, how are ya? You'll catch the replay. Love you, my allegedly. Don't be sorry. Stage 4 throat cancer and sepsis. She wasn't going to make it, and you did what you had to do for her not to be in pain. Sepsis, that must have been torment for her, excruciating pain. And you honored your mom. So be proud that you honored your mom. You know what I mean? I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to get down, guys. Hey, Jules, how you doing, my girl? I was listening to your stream earlier. That is so interesting. That Afro Man's. I didn't even know that was happening. I had no idea, Jules, till I was listening to your live yesterday. I had no idea that was even a thing. Like, no idea at all. That's crazy. It seems like he's not gonna get a fair shake, but let's hope he does. Because I understand both sides. But hey, Amanda, how you doing, sweetie? Okay, let me show you guys. Let me show you guys, because I'm talking for forever. Yeah. I don't know where the hell the forever came from, but it fits. But it fits. I missed my mom passing by a few minutes. Nursing home called and said it was time. We didn't make it. It bothered me for a long time, but I think it was my mom's way of not wanting us to see her like that. And I get it. Listen, you were a kid too, and I'm sorry for your loss. You were you were a kid and you took care of your mom every day. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. And I don't know. I don't even know if my little sister watches my channel. We haven't talked since my mom passed away. And I love her very, very much, my little sister. We just had differences. And when my mom passed away, we didn't agree on things. And I love her and I hope if she sees this, if she ever watches my channel, she knows that I love her. So I know how it is to kind of be estranged from family. Um because me and my little sister haven't spoken. My mom passed in April of 2020. Haven't spoken to my little sister. She has children now. I have a niece and nephew that I've never seen in real life. I do go to her social media. I don't want to cry. Damn it. I do go to her social media and look at my niece and nephew, quietly. I don't like anything or I don't do any of that. Not to disrupt her life, and not to like open up old wounds that she may feel, because it's not about me. I just want to know that she's okay, that my niece and nephew are okay, but I'm not gonna do anything to hurt her, you know. Maybe soon we can talk, you know. I don't know, but that's something that I'll just have to deal with. Hey, M to the B, how are you? Upset with me. I spoke to my dad though and carried out his wishes. It wasn't my decision. It was his. Oh wait, what did you first say? What was the first thing you said? Oh, here we go. I had to make the same decision, and I was on a cruise at the time. He was fine when I left, and a few days later, the captain's crew told me I had an emergency at home. My siblings were so upset with me. I spoke with my dad though, and I carried out his wishes. It wasn't my decision; it was his. He passed 2 days before his 60th birthday, and I'm sorry, JJ. I'm sorry. My mom passed 13 days before her 65th birthday, and it's like she predicted it. She kept saying, "I'm not gonna live to see 65," and we would say, "Stop saying that, Ma. Stop saying that." And she kept saying, I'm not," and she didn't. That's why I tell you guys, we got to be careful what we put out into the universe. You know what I mean? But all right, hold on. Oh shit, what am I doing? Sorry, hold on. Let me show you guys this TikTok because I don't want to be here much longer. I'm cold and I'm hungry. I gotta eat. Okay. I was gonna gift the other 5 memberships, but I'm gonna wait so that it'll make me come live again before the end of the month, okay? Because I know myself, and yeah, I won't. My parents are both 63, but look and act 45, so hopefully they have a long time left. God bless them. I hope so. I want my parents, my dad, and my stepmom to be here forever, forever. They never used drugs a day in their lives, so hopefully they will outlive me. My dad already had to suffer loss of a daughter when we lost my sister, and that nearly broke my dad. So I still remember the day we found out my sister had HIV. The sound that came out of my father's, the cry he let out, I don't think I've ever heard again. So I don't want that. What the hell? What am I doing? Wait. Present share screen. Sorry guys. I get talking and then I just forget. TikTok? Yes, my TikTok. Okay. Let me add it to the screen. I keep forgetting I gotta add it to the screen, man. All right, y'all. Hold on. Let me clear my throat. Let me do it this way. Oh shit. Let me take the comment down. Sorry, y'all. His name is Chaos. He's 11 months old and 77 pounds. Aw. Okay, so this is my tickety talk. Where the heck is it? Tickety talk right here. I don't want to show you guys this. I saved it to my favorites so that I could show you. There was the first one I wanted to show you. Wait, if I can remember which one. Come on, show me. Show me, baby. Where are you? Why is it? There was one that I saved to show you guys first. This one. Okay, hold on. Wait, can you? I don't know if you guys can hear that. I'm probably gonna get in trouble for the music. I'm not gonna monetize this stream anyway, because of the subject matter. I'm just not even gonna attempt to monetize because that's on serious topics. I don't even monetize, so we don't have to worry about it. They'll copyright me anyway. But all right, this says, do not try if you want a relationship with your children. So damn it, it's going too fast. Ignore every boundary. Come on, come on. Why is it going so fast? Oh, let me go back. Sorry. Shit. Sorry about that. So it says these are things not to do if you want a relationship with your kids. Or do these things if you don't want a relationship with your kids, okay? What the freak did I just do, man?
Not telling people to be the bigger person when they've already been the quiet one, the
Oh
forgiving
my
one,
god, what
and the
did I do?
peacekeeper.
Sorry, y'all. This is why I suck. Okay, how to really make sure your adult child goes no contact with you, okay? Ignore every boundary your adult child sets with you. Be the most injured person in every room. Play victim. Never acknowledge your impact. Never repair. Say sorry you feel that way and move on with your day. Change. Sorry. This song. Sorry. This is my song. I've loved this song since I was a teenager. Oh my God. I love this song. Okay. Change nothing about yourself. Mock therapy. Mock your child for going to it. Use guilt as a leash. Weaponize family first.
I can't remember a damn thing. I think it's one of those deja vu things.
Triangulate. Recruit grandma, auntie, and your neighbor's dog to pressure your adult child.
Or a dream is trying to tell me something, but will I ever stop thinking
Keep score. Money, favors, gifts.
about it? I don't know. I doubt it. Subterranean.
Disrespect their partners or their kids. That's crazy. That's crazy. The day I ever am blessed to be a grandma and I disrespect my own grandchildren, I'm going to kick my own ass, okay? But I also respect my children's partners. Two of my sons are in relationships. One of them, you always hear me call my daughter-in-law. She lives here with my son. I would never disrespect her. I don't disrespect anybody that my sons are with. Never. Why would you do that? You want to alienate yourself from your kid's life by doing that? Stupid.
By design, I wonder what I would find if I met.
Minimize their pain. Use you're too sensitive. We heard that recently from somebody, right? About Mayday. Mayday, you're being too sensitive. So disrespectful. Okay, minimize their pain. Use you're too sensitive, and it wasn't that bad.
You. Let my eyes caress you until I meet the daughter of Mrs. Princess.
Time bomb topics. Bring them up, especially after being told repeatedly, sorry, let's not. So disrespecting them. When they tell you they don't want to talk about something, you keep bringing it up.
Too. Often wonder what makes her work. I guess I live that crazy.
Compare and shame. Why can't they be more like so and so? Why can't you be like Fulano, right? A sibling or a cousin. That's crazy. I hate that. Imagínate if I ever told one of my sons, why can't you be like your brother? Because he's not his brother, stupid. Fuck.
Question to the experts, assuming that there are some out there, they're probably alone.
Perform nice for a while. I don't know, this damn freaking pause. Perform nice for a while, then return to program. So play nice and then return back to your old selfish ways.
Solitaire. I can remember when.
Yeah, so that was that. I want to listen to the song real quick because I'm already getting copyright.
Baby, you send me Baby, you send me set adrift on memory bliss of you. Camera pans, a cocktail glass, behind a bind of plastic planks. I found a lady with a fat diamond ring. Then you know I can't remember a damn thing. I think it's one of those deja vu things. Or a dream is trying to tell me something. But will I ever stop thinking about it? I don't know. I doubt it. Subterranean by design. I wonder what I would find if I met you. Let my eyes caress you until I meet the thought of Mrs. Princess.
Okay. Let me not get myself in so much trouble. Wait guys. I'm gonna what the hell? Hold on guys, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to Okay, that's what I wanted to do. Hey. Sorry. Sorry. Oh shit, my son messaged me. Okay, hold on. Sorry, my son just messaged me. Hold on, let me tell my son something. I don't know if he's even home. He's not answering me now. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to put the link for that song here. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm a whole ass mess. I'm putting the link to that song. I love that song. That's PM Dawn. And why didn't it copy the link, man? Okay. There we go. On Spotify, that's PM Dawn. Okay. So let me go back to this. I hope my son is okay. Now he has me worried, bro. All right. Let me so we can listen to the other one. This one is a trigger warning, okay? Trigger warning before I play this one. Okay, guys?
What were you thinking? You never listened. I told you to clean up this room. Do you ever listen?
Look at this mess!
Did you see her face?
How many times do I have to tell you? Pay attention!
Yeah, she's still not listening. I don't know what to do with her.
Nice hoodie. Did your grandma pick it?
What were you thinking? You never listened. I told you.
This one I also liked. This one was a great one too.
I'm an estranged parent, and I have two daughters who are no contact. And I just found out that they have seen my TikTok page. I want to start out by saying, in case my daughters are watching my page, that I love you with all my heart. I always have, and I always will. That I want you to understand that I am no longer wishing to reconnect or reconcile or fix this. I can't believe that I'm saying this because I would have sworn I would never be here, that there was nothing that could happen that would ever make me feel like there was. I mean, I've said I've lost hope, but it's more like I feel like I ran out of options then. And now I think I don't want hope anymore. And I do have options. I realize that I have options. And my options are to no longer let this define my life.
I I don't want to sound judgmental, but huh? What?
I've never posted anything on this page, which has been my safe space. That's a that's a word and a phrase that I learned about through estrangement and no contact. And I did the hard work, guys. I took a lot of therapy, and I gave myself some new titles. My oldest daughter, if you're watching, I saw the posts on social media that were shared with me about how it was having a narcissistic mom. And when I saw that and in the message, because I've only received one message from both of you, and that was about 3 years ago from you, my oldest daughter, basically telling me I had destroyed your life, and the songs that you sent links to, How Do I Say Goodbye, and Taylor Swift's Dear John, and you told me to change Dear John to Dear Mom.
How how did none of that, how did she not absorb any of that? Her children reached out to her. She's saying that social media, this that community is a safe space for her, but then in the same breath condemning her daughters for having posted on social media about their experience as well. Their experience is their experience. You can't invalidate their experience. You can't see through their eyes the same way they can't see through yours. But in that situation, they were the child, you were the parent. It doesn't automatically make you right. And so many parents think that just because they were the parent, it automatically makes them right.
And that would explain how you felt. I did. I listened to it a million times and I replaced it. And I owned it. I didn't want to invalidate you. And I felt like if I could just feel all of those things, I would be able to understand why I was a colossal flop as your mama. My youngest daughter, I know things were really bad. I've talked about some of those on here. I've never given any specifics, and I never will. We all have outside lives on here, and none of these followers or people who see my pages are in my real world. I don't share them with other people in my real world. And I've always been careful not to do that. And I've never said anything.
Hi, Jess, and I'm sorry to anybody that came in. This is sad. This is so sad. And I'm trying not to be too judgmental of her, but it seems like it's all about her. So, and I understand when you have adult children, you have to live your life, right? You have to live for you. Sorry, I don't know why my son is like, my son just got home and he's like doing music on the glass. I'm live, you nincompoop. He said sorry. Anyway, I forgot my thought. My son.
To make you look little, either one of you. I've just shared my side of that. You have a side that you share with other people that do know me and have known me for as long as you've been here, both of you. And people have chosen sides who've watched me raise you and know the truth. And I've never done that. I've never done that to you.
It's so, but so it makes no sense. She said there's people that have known me since before you guys were here, and they've chosen sides, and they chose your daughter's sides. Shouldn't that be a moment to self-reflect as well and say she's never what you've never what made people choose? They didn't make people choose a side. She said it out of her own mouth. They knew you, and they decided that your children were wronged, that what was done to them was wrong. And so they decided to stick with your children, for lack of a better word, using your words. They chose a side. You can't be mad at them for having saw the situation from an outside perspective, a perspective your daughters can't see and a perspective you can't see. Because if me and my son are face to face talking and someone else, third party, is standing there watching the conversation, they're going to see the situation entirely different than me or my son are going to see it. They're going to see it more objectively because their emotions are not intertwined in it, right? Their ego, all the feelings are not intertwined. They're going to be able to see it more well rounded. So if people that are not immediately in it, you or your children, saw it and decided that you were in the wrong, maybe you should absorb that. And it's not easy. It's hard to realize that you did things that harmed your kids. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with in life. Seriously, that's the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with in life. But I did that. I have to live with that. I have to swallow that for the rest of my life. I can't blame anything or anyone but me.
And I wouldn't. And I haven't gotten an explanation. And when I have been in contact with, when y'all broke no contact last year, I told both of you, and I've said that on here, how sorry I was for everything I've done. And in both situations, which were separate, you weren't interested
If
in.
she hadn't done anything, she wouldn't have apologized, right? So I guess that right there is a little bit of ownership. She said that she reached out and apologized for all that she had done. So that means that you did do things that just go beyond normal parent flaws. And because you may have genuinely apologized doesn't mean that the children, your adult daughters, have to forgive. They may not be ready. They may not have been ready. And that is not on them, that's on you. So you choose because they're telling their side of the story because you came to the internet and was telling your side, so they told theirs, and now you're angry and embarrassed and want to cut ties with them forever by publicly denouncing them for wrongs that you committed against them. And again, guys, I know some people might be mad at me, think that I'm being judgmental. I'm just trying to, from what I'm hearing from her, that's just my opinion.
And talking about anything, you were just like, Mom, stop. In both situations, and I did, but it was so important that I tell you I was sorry because I wanted you to know, because I didn't get anything from you to work on. I didn't get anything from anybody. I got total silence, and so I had to dig out of that what I needed to do, and so
So
I
she
looked
didn't
on.
get told by them what she did wrong. Does she really not know what she did wrong? Because some people may not know what they did wrong. I'm confused by that. She expected them to give her an itemized list of all the things. So she said, and again, I'm going to sound like a judgmental bitch. I know I am. But she said earlier in this that she has done all the work. She said it. I've done all the work. I've gone to therapy. Had you done all the work, you would know what you had done. You wouldn't need your children to relive their trauma to ease your guilty conscience or so that you can work on it. These will be things you're very aware of. I'm very aware of every instance I wasn't there for my kids, of all the harm I caused my kids just by being an addict. I don't need them to tell me so that I could recognize what I've done. If they choose to tell me because they need to get it off their chest, that's very different. But I don't need them to remind me. I'm very aware of it. So that makes no sense because of the therapy, because of the introspective work that I've done and I continue to do. That makes no sense. That's contradicting what you said earlier. You've done all the work, you've done all the therapy, but they didn't tell you what you did. Huh?
On other estranged adults who had walked out of their families' lives, and I tried to find out what they wanted, and it was accountability, and I took accountability, and I wanted you to know that I did. But it felt very one-sided, and
What? What do they have to be accountable for? It should be one sided. It should be one sided. Accountability is coming from you and you alone. What do they have to be accountable for? Being hurt by you? Huh? Or not saying, "Mom, it's okay, it's okay." It is one sided. It. Mm.
And I will say that throughout the contact I had, and I've shared that on here. If you're on my page, you will see that I shared that on. Sorry about that, but I've shared that on here how I felt, and I really wish we would have been able to talk and get past it. And
But how
now
can they get past it if you're not even aware of what it is they need to get past? How is that even possible? You want them to just get over it, is what it sounds like. They can't just get over it. You want to get past it, but you said you don't even know. They won't even tell you what you've done.
I have missed my oldest daughter. If you're watching, I missed your engagement. I missed your wedding.
What about what they missed? What about what they missed? They missed having their mother at their engagement. They missed having their mother at their wedding. Huh? What? What you've missed? Say we. What we've missed. You said I. I missed. No, it's we. Because they've missed it too. Through no fault of their own. What? We, not I. All I keep hearing her say is I. And it should be we. We've missed. If my oldest daughter, if you're listening to this, I am so sad. We've missed the opportunity for what?
I missed probably the birth of my first grandbaby. Your dad and I, this is just such a life that is so different than what we wanted and what we were excited about. And it's your choice. That's your choice. And I shared on here how it felt to see pictures of you with your birth mom and your mother-in-law. And
Wait, what? What? With their birth mom. So you were their adopted mom. Doesn't make you any less of a mom. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Hold up. Rewind.
your wedding, I missed probably the birth of my first grandbaby. Your dad and I, this is just such a life that is so different than what we wanted and what we were excited about. And it's your choice. That's your choice. And I shared on here how it felt to see pictures of you with your birth mom and your mother-in-law. And I that will forever hurt me. And but I want
Wow. What? Huh? So that shows that your daughter is able to have healthy relationships. Everyone else is the problem, but this woman, she's able to have a good relationship with her mother in law, reconnect with her biological mom. Lady, you need to look inward. And I feel bad, but you need to look inward, man.
you both to know that I wish you the absolute best. My youngest daughter, if you're watching, if my children aren't watching, there's nothing heard on here.
And it's not even just one child. And damn, all your children decided they want nothing to do with you.
Because nobody knows my children. But I will say to my youngest daughter, I want you to understand I've never had anything against your boyfriend, ever. I loved how much he loved you. And all I knew about him was what you told me. Nothing else. I was so excited to have him in our lives. And if I had known when we moved to a different place, and you'll know what I'm talking about, that you were involved, I would have understood all that. I didn't know. We didn't know. I've never, ever disliked him. And I don't understand what happened. The last time we saw you, we had lunch. You sent us a photo on your trip, and you were gone and never spoke anymore. And it's okay. Putting all of that aside, I want you to understand that I will never try to reconcile anymore.
Wow. Wow.
I will always question.
So why make this video? Why make this video? But if not to cause hurt to them, right? Why make this video and slam that door closed forever, if not to cause direct harm and hurt to them? There would be no need to make this video. Like, and I can speak from experience. I'm telling you, I went through all the emotions with my, I guess you would call her my biological mom, because I had an amazing stepmom that I didn't always get along with because I didn't appreciate her. And she was strict, and she had structure and rules and all the things that I fought against. She was very strict, and sometimes, she was kind of harsh with her language. But we've spoken about that, and she's told me, Cindy, I could have spoken differently to you, and I could have acted differently towards her. You know what I mean? But I love my stepmom, and I've forgiven that as she's forgiven me. I don't understand this. I don't understand this, because I don't think that any child purposefully wants not to have contact with their parents if their parents didn't cause them major harm. And again, I know that there are there are the cases. Oh shit! It just went to
So
another
this one
video. Hold
is
on, y'all.
for the adult estranged.
Damn it! It went to another video. I know that there are the cases of, again, the entitled people. Shit.
I'm an estranged parent,
Damn
and I
it.
want you to understand I've never had anything against your boyfriend.
Okay, hold on. Sorry,
ever.
guys.
I loved how much. It's okay. Putting all of that aside, I want you to understand that I will never try to reconcile anymore.
Jesus.
I will always question what happened, but I don't need answers anymore. I don't need answers anymore. I don't know the extent of your relationship with your birth mother, but I will say that I hope that it is good. I really do. I've always encouraged that.
She adopted these kids, and they all turned against her. Like, hello, the call is coming from in the house.
And there's a story there, and I suspect that it's very different than the one that is told. But it doesn't matter to me. I don't need to tell it.
You're telling it right now by being vague and saying that. You're opening the door for speculation about her relationship with her birth mom. You're doing it, even though you're not outwardly saying it. You're opening up the door for speculation, causing more harm to them.
Just, it's important that you understand that I hope that you have a wonderful relationship, and I hope that you can both find that happiness and belonging that I couldn't give you. And I will accept that I failed in that part. And it,
Cooch, let me turn on my camera when I tell you this. Cooch, go fuck yourself. You weirdo. Go fuck yourself. She reposts my thumbnail on her community tab and says, why does her thumbnail look like some kind of creepy, ritualistic, Bohemian Grove-ish for women? I have children at the bottom. That's what that is. Children. It was an AI picture of me talking about being estranged. See how I'm not even doing bullshit. I wasn't even talking about bullshit. I'm covering content, and Cooch LeBlanc always has to put her fucking big warded nose and shit. Mind your business, Cooch, because I will drag you to filth, girl, and it's not very difficult. You make me sick. You're obsessed. You have no life, nothing. I feel sorry for you, girl. Doing content, and you're so bothered. You do content, nobody shows up. Sick of you, stupid, ritualistic. I'm talking about children. You're the creep. You're the one with the freaking squirrel vibrators, you fucking sexual deviant. Don't play with me, Cooch. Go use your squirrel vibrator, bitch, because I think you need it. You seem a little sexually frustrated. Don't fucking play with me, girl. Sorry, y'all. I just had to address that real quick. All right. Let me go back. What am I doing? What the fuck did I do? Hold on. Fucking weirdo. Only she would think of some sexual deviant shit like that with children. Hell is wrong with her stupid ass? Didn't even mention that chick. Looking like a fucking warded troll. Shut your ass up, Cooch. Shut your stupid ass up. She makes me sick. She makes me sick. I'm over here talking about some shit that is important. And she's gonna do, bitch, you're just mad, bitch, because that's a real picture. I didn't even have to change my features, bitch. That's a picture that is me. 100%, bitch. 1000%, bitch. Okay? I didn't tell AI to change my features or nothing. That's my picture. That's why you're mad, bitch. Tell us why you're mad. Stupid bitch. How's that Sophie Silver going for you, stupid? Fucking clown. All right. I'm going to bring it back, guys. Sorry. My bad. My bad. There was no need for that. There was just no need for that. We did a freaking stream on Rakins that had nothing to do with Messy Spoon, Kendra, or Cooch LeBlanc. Rakin wanted to get our blind reaction to a community we know nothing about and a creator we know nothing about. Here they go reacting to it with their nasty asses because they got nothing better to do. But then they're the eternal victims. They're always the eternal victims. They want to cry everywhere. That's what they did to me. Y'all look for shit to start. And then when people hand you your asses, y'all want to act like the victims that you are. Even her hair wants to run away from her. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. I'm doing a selfie silver, bitch. Where and when? You wish. Fucking clown. I'm doing neon pink and orange and silver and selfie silver. We've yet to see it, bitch. Fucking clown. Can't stand her ass, man.
If there is a heaven someday, I will get to know what it was. And I don't know that, I just don't know if it's important anymore. Just too much, too much.
I know they want a reaction out of me, and I gave it to them. I apologize, y'all. I apologize. But every once in a while, I'm over the bullshit with her. This has to do with children. That thumbnail has to do with children. And she and Cooch is the one that before made a comment about me snatching minors. That's where her mind goes. This is the second time she said some disrespectful shit about me having to do with children. She's disgusting. She's disgusting. This is the second time, Cooch, you've made some disgusting, unwarranted remarks having to do with me and children, bitch. Keep your thoughts to yourself. Again, use your squirrel vibrator. You need it.
For both of us, and we can stop. we can stop. I accept what you want, and I can promise you that I won't push anything else. I love you, and I'll always miss you. And I hope you have wonderful, wonderful lives. And I encourage you not to look on my page anymore. It's not, I will never divulge any kind of personal information, but this is my place.
You can't tell them not to look on your page, huh? That's not how that works, though. That's really not how that works. There's one more I wanted to play for you guys. Where is it? It was one, this woman, I don't know which one it is. Is it this one? Let's see.
So this one is for the adult estranged kids out there. Yeah, just got off a very long, fun conversation with one of you. Let me tell you something that nobody else told you when you went no contact with your parents. Your parents don't freeze in time. They don't sit by the phone. They don't stay emotionally available forever. They don't hold an open wound waiting for your return. They grieve you. They restructure their lives without you. They build routines that no longer include hoping. Because closure hardens into acceptance. And acceptance then turns into distance. And then distance turns into peace. So when you come back years later saying, I'm ready now, I've healed, I want to reconnect, you might meet something shocking. Silence, politeness instead of warmth, boundaries you didn't expect, or a parent who simply is not available anymore. Not because they're cruel, not because they're punishing you, because they already survived losing you once. You know, you taught them how to live without access to you. You trained them to stop reaching. You taught them that love must be self-protective. And now you're confused that the door doesn't swing wide open. No contact isn't a timeout. It's not a storage unit for relationships. It's not reversible on your timeline. You don't get to disappear for years and expect people to remain emotionally untouched.
What? You don't get to harm people as children and expect that they have to continue to allow it.
And that's the cost that nobody warned you about. And if that scares you, good.
What?
Means you're finally starting to think about consequences instead of just feelings. And for all the therapists and the trauma coaches out there who keep selling no contact as automatic empowerment, stop lying to your clients. I just got off the phone with one of them. Okay. No contact is not empowerment by default. It's a high impact relational intervention with permanent downstream effects. When you tell an adult client to sever family ties without preparing them for the long-term consequences, you are not empowering them. You are withholding informed consent. You talk about boundaries. You never talk
Hey, my Virgie, I'm sorry. Hey, my chronic.
about grief. You talk about safety. You never talk about the attachment rupture. You tell them if they love you, they'll wait. That's false. People adapt. Parents.
Thank you, my chronic, for being a member for 41 months. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, my girl. Maybe it's empowering to your children if you were a piece of shit parent. Exactly. Exactly.
Reorganize. Relationships atrophy when access is removed. And when those clients come back years later, asking why reconciliation feels cold, slow, or unavailable, this isn't continued abuse. This is relational reality. Empowerment requires honesty. Ethical practice requires foresight. Trauma-informed care requires time horizon thinking. If you recommend no contact without discussing permanence, discussing loss of emotional stability and availability, discussing that reconciliation is not guaranteed.
And it's not, it shouldn't be normalized, right? Estrangement from your family shouldn't be normalized, but it happens. And adult children shouldn't be made to feel guilty because they chose not to have a toxic parent in their lives, and vice versa, right? But as children, I just think it's different. I don't know. I just think it's different. She's specifically aiming towards adult children that have chosen to have no contact with their parent and acting as if they've chosen this because it's a trend. It's trendy. Like, fuck my parents. Like, no, it comes from a lot of hurt and trauma and harm. And to water it down like this and act as if they have no right to feel the way they feel is so disrespectful.
Documenting that risk. You are not practicing empowerment. You're practicing ideology. And ideology does not carry the cost. Your clients do. So stop selling no contact. It's not a reversible self-care trend. Because the people left.
You think therapists are like automatically telling people, yeah, just cut your mom off. She's a piece of shit. Yep, one session. Oh, no. Yeah, go no contact with your mom. Yep, you'll be better. We don't have to deal. That's it. Pay me. That's it. You're healed. You're cured. Cut your mom off. That's the toxicity. You don't have to deal with your feelings. You don't have to deal with the trauma. You don't have to deal with any of that. Cut the bitch off. You'll be better off. That's not what?
Holding the consequences are the same clients that you promised freedom to. I have
It
never.
is freedom. It is a freedom to be themselves, to cut ties with toxicity that is holding them back.
Done a video for adult estranged children. But I know. If you are an adult estranged child and it's been years and you want to reconnect, here's how you cope without lying to yourself, okay? Stop calling it of openness rejection, because it's not. You trained them to live without access to you. What you're seeing isn't cruelty, it's adaptation. You don't get to rush reconciliation. You left suddenly, they adjusted slowly. You don't get
They
to
caused the adult child to leave suddenly. What?
demand emotional immediacy on your healing timeline. Their silence doesn't mean that they don't love you.
If the child comes back and wants to talk to the parent, that is showing a willingness to reconcile. The parent should be open to that. What are you talking about? She's talking, you could tell that this is her personal experience because she's crying. And what you're saying to other people will cause them further harm. If a child that is estranged from their parent through no fault of the child decides to reach out to their parent, you're telling the parent, just, make sure, don't let them back in. It's at your timetable and you don't have to, open them back in with open arms. Don't tell somebody else how to organically be with their family if they've learned that this estrangement, oh shit, I don't want to be estranged from my children. I'm going to do whatever I can. Like, I'm not listening to this lady anymore. Yeah, no, thank you, miss. You're dead ass wrong and I don't want to hear your shit. Let me refresh because I just saved the one that I actually wanted to hear. Sorry, y'all. I should have stopped sharing. Sorry. Y'all know what y'all get over here. All right, hold on. What is it? The favorite it. No. Where is it? It's right here. This is the lady I wanted to hear.
8 things parents of estranged children need to hear. Number 1, it's a privilege to have a relationship.
Hi, Past. How are you? And hi, Daisy girl. Sorry. And I'm sorry to anybody that I missed. I apologize. Cooch LeBlanc tried to throw me off my game. Sorry.
With your adult children, not a right. Number 2, you are not the absolute authority on what happened. Your child is the author of their own narrative and has their own experiences and memories. Number 3, for sure you fucked up somewhere. Otherwise, your kids would not be going no contact. Number 4, you will gain nothing and no doubt do more damage by demanding that your kids appreciate all that you did for them and comparing Their
Yes, there was a woman that, yep, adopted a child for social media to be an influencer and ended up rehoming him and making a video, and they thought it was going to be well received, and they were destroyed, rightfully so. Mama Goose, yes.
experience as a child to your experience as a child growing up. Number 5, making a kid feel guilty for not speaking to you is emotional manipulation and abusive. Number 6, if you cannot take accountability, which means accepting the reality and truth in what your child is telling you, then you will never rebuild a relationship with your kid. Number 7, you must own your own failures and weaknesses and apologize. After that, the only thing you can do is wait. It's up to your kid to decide if they want to initiate contact with you. They are in the driving seat. 8, let them go, grieve, and trust that they will find their way. And hear me, 99% of what you are doing right now is counterproductive. You mean well, but it's going against what you actually want to achieve. You need to walk away. 8 things parents of estranged children need to hear. Number
That's
1,
right.
it's a privilege.
Right, so that's what I wanted to show you guys. Sorry, y'all. All right, let me read the chat real quick, but I want to show you guys something real quick. Hold on. Okay. Let me go to my YouTube. My YouTube. So there's just so many different situations, right? Every one situation, of course, is individual based on their individual life experiences and all the things. But I just felt like this was such an important topic because so many people have been estranged from a family member in one way or another, maybe not a parent, maybe not a child, but a sibling, you know what I mean? And it touches us all. And I just thought it was important. But since I talked about it, I want to show you guys this. Mhm. So, why does it not let me click it? Okay, there it goes. So you could see this is what Cooch said. Okay. Why does her thumbnail look like some kind of creepy, ritualistic, Bohemian Grove ish for women? Now, what I did is this was an old thumbnail that I had the invisible children, if you guys remember that. And I just took my face and put it with the children because I was talking about estranged parents. So I don't understand what's ritualistic. What is she even talking about? This is a thumbnail that I had on another live. Let me show you guys. See it right here? I can't touch it because if I touch it, the children, I made them invisible because I was talking about invisible children. So all I did was crop it and put my face in the middle of that whole little scenario there. There's nothing creepy or any of that, only to people that think that way. And saying things like that about me with children will never be okay. Will never be okay. I don't make accusations like that about people with children ever. Okay? And this is the second time that Cooch has done that. And it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. She had nothing else to say. She has to find a reason to butt her warded nose into stuff where it doesn't belong. And it's unacceptable because I wasn't talking about YouTube drama. I was talking about a topic that I think is very important. And she always has to do this. So I'm sorry if people got upset the way I came at her. I've had enough of Cooch. I've had enough of her shit and the way she talks about people all the time. She makes sexual comments about people all the time. But anything to do with children is unacceptable. And I'm tired of her shit. So I wanted to show people so that they could see why I got so angry. I was doing the stream. I wasn't talking crap about anybody. I wasn't talking crap about anybody. And that will never be okay. Hey, Secret, how are you? I know. But and Chantel Gucci, my girl, I didn't see you. Hey, Pretend Fashionista, how you doing? Drive safely, mama. What about the grandparents that are now only Facebook grandparents? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like there's so many situations, and I don't think that anybody who is well adjusted just wants to cut ties with their family for the fun of it. I think that behind that is a lot of trauma, and no one should encourage others to like just cut your family off or whatever. But if it's for your own sanity, your own safety, all the things, it happens. And I just think healing is necessary. Healing is very important and very necessary. And I can relate to this, and I see it. This new community, this estranged mom support group community. And I think that that's a great thing, a great place for them to be able to support one another. But I think that the root of it is understanding the part that you played in it. That you were in control, you were the parent, these were children that now growing up maybe have had some lived experience, some life experience, and realize that the way they were brought up or the things they endured are not normal. Having been around friends that their family dynamic is very different. Not that you should compare your family to others because your culture, your experiences are going to be different. But again, fundamentally, right? There's things that they didn't realize were abnormal, because I didn't realize as a little kid that my life was abnormal until I started seeing other kids, going to other kids' houses, and then when I moved in with my dad and my stepmom, and it was like a completely different life. I didn't realize that I was much different than anybody else. So I don't know. I don't know, Pretend Fashionista, for no reason, because this was content, and she felt the need to. She made herself look stupid. You made yourself look stupid, Cooch, because I was doing a non-drama stream, and then you made me drag you to filth because you're stupid and you butt your nose into places that. And again, I'm on YouTube, right? People have the right to comment on my content, but you're commenting on my picture and again trying to make it like if I'm doing something creepy with children. This is the second time you fucking done that, Cooch. I am a mother. I am a mother. That's you don't say shit like that. You don't say shit like that. I've never been accused. I've never even had that in a fucking sentence with me. And you think I'm gonna let you keep doing that shit? Somebody that calls herself Coochie. Yeah, that's why, because you're a sexual deviant, Cooch. Blah, blah. So that's where your mind goes. You're going to stop fucking talking about me like that. Call me a bitch. Call me ugly. Call me all the things. Stop talking about me with children, Cooch. Hey, Jolly, how are you? Thank you. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here because it went left, but I needed to see that. I'm glad I saw it when I was live. I'm glad I saw it when I was live because I'm about tired of her shit. I am. I am. And I needed to see that. And it's on my community tab. So all you guys could see the disgusting shit Cooch likes to say when somebody's doing a stream that has nothing to do with no drama. But her content streams, let me not even go there. Let me not even go there. Yeah. It's okay, Heidi. It's okay. It's gross. It's disgusting. Call me ugly. Call me whatever. Stop saying shit like that. I was talking about estranged children. So I used the outline of the children because I liked that. Fuck is her issue? Hola, Maria. The group seems a little trauma bonding without. Yes, you're right. I think that's what they're doing. They are. The moms are trauma bonding. They are. And in the comments, guys, there were people like calling them out. Like there were comments. And I meant to read the comments, but I deviated. I went to the left. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll do a part two or do a recorded video where I just show you guys the comments because the comments were great comments. People from both sides, people that were mothers that were still like, hey, I had to acknowledge what I did wrong. In those comment sections, telling these women, no, I was wrong. My children had every right to not want to be around me until I made amends. And then so those comments were important. Those comments were important. Yeah. Yeah, she is disgusting. She is disgusting, and I'm tired of her. But I thank you all for being here. I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna go get some dinner. I'm hungry. And I appreciate you guys being here. Again, I apologize for talking crazy, but that's who I am. That's who I am. You keep coming at me. I don't know what they think. Again, I said I could be really ugly. Maybe not warts ugly, but I can be really ugly, Cooch. You keep poking. You keep poking. You're gonna get the monster you're looking for. So anyway, I love you guys. Enjoy your day. I will see you on these YouTube streets somewhere. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your afternoon, evening, all the la, la, la. Y como siempre, te quiero mucho, mis amores. I love you guys. Bye, guys. Thank you for being here.